Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Farm, thinking right out here in my lab. Oh, I'm back in the book. I'm going to do some teaching today. I got a few pages of information that's maybe new to some, but old to a few. Why? Because I've been doing this a while, and this is an old lesson, but I think it's necessary to bring it back up since we're dealing with religion and philosophy. So let's get involved. Let's go. I got some nice for you. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I get through, because that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not. Hold on one second. Excuse me. Sorry about that. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to Maya, be true. We're going to talk about different philosophies and how they compare to each other. In the Indian philosophy and the Egyptian philosophy pretty much mirror one another. And we're going to throw the Greeks in there eventually. They're going to come in. But they had an understanding and respect. The differences were just that, differences, but they had the respect for each other. They didn't fight and go to war. You got to believe what I believe. This is what we're doing. No. So let's talk about the yoga. And it's a discipline in the philosophical concept in India, in early Indian philosophy, okay? And the earliest known civilization in India, which is the Indus Valley culture, they call it the Dravidians, okay? Dravidians. And they developed what they said the first advanced philosophical system in India. They didn't say religious system, philosophical system, as in Egypt. Excuse me, I get excited. Dravidian philosophy and mythology was all centered around what they knew as the male and female fertility and sexuality, reproduction. And the root of all yoga, right thinking philosophy, yoga systems, which relate to the sublimation of one's sexual energies, Kundalini, serpent. This is evidence where by the Dravidians' stars of vegetation gods of what they call phallic, erect penises, poses one called, that was men with the big penis. He was showing you, I control this. This don't control me. I don't just run putting and sticking it everywhere, taking pills to have sex for hours and hours. That nonsense. You supplement your sexual energy and you purify it, and they go back up and you add years to your life. Y'all know nothing about that, but y'all want to release. So everybody want to have that pleasure, that orgasm, okay? When all you know is the physical orgasm, you'll never know what they have a spiritual or mental orgasm. That's called bliss. All right, but they call it the black one. And those, watch this, of female goddesses with plants growing out of their wombs, Mother Nature, okay? Its precepts developed into what they call now Tantra Yoga, male and female coming together. And I'm going to break down what they call Jain philosophy, Hindu, and Buddhist, and another one called Vedanta philosophical system. I'm going to read all of them off to you, and they are similar in most respects to what the Egyptian mythology of Asar, the lord of what they call the perfect black an ithic vegetation god, and the sacred cow, Het-Hadu Hathor, or Set, the goddess of what? Fertility and sexuality. These are all aspects and concepts that the Egyptians had, and the Indians pretty much had their concepts, the same kind, same philosophy. Let's talk about the Jain philosophy. This started circa 1200 BCE. Okay, get the date. This is just a chronological order. This started in 1200 BCE. This is their concept of God. The qualities, is 5 of them. The qualities of matter, which is the universe is a living organism, imperishable in its true essence. That's their philosophy about universe. Number 2, mass of personality. We call personality Haru. Okay? Why? That's the spirit that's in me and you, but the personality is us in the physical form. They say mass of personality. The personality of a human being, watch this, is only his mass covering what? The true being which lies within that person's body, the spirit that's within. And the Latin word persona denotes what? A mask which is worn by our soul. This mask must be separated from our what? True self. Per means through, and sana means sound. Thus, person literally means through sound, referring to the sound vibration of the voice of God. When you meditate. Number 3, they call it the cosmic man. What the hell is a cosmic man? That's the materialized spirit, from spirit to matter. We call it spirit to matter, yin and yang. They call it the cosmic man, the materialized spirit in the first man. Asar, that's from our side, spirit coming to the physical body. The spirit is, again, eternal. The universe is spirit within and without, and therefore has no beginning or no end. That's why the circle that knows what? God. With no beginning, no end. The box, physical, okay? Triangle, building, upright, keeping things, Trinity. All right. Number 4, they doctrine of bondage. For they concern, the spirit in humans is held by karma, which is the law of what? Causation. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Again. That's law, God's law. But what you do, what comes back to you. If you put good work out, good work, good deeds, it's going to come back. Just like you like it. You put bad work out, you don't know when it's coming back. It's coming back. See the difference? Get the concept? Okay. But that's causation. But every cause has an effect, and every effect has its what? Cause. So everything happens according to the law. Chance is a name for the law not recognized. Y'all call it luck or whatever. No, everything is pretty much on par. That's my balance. Without this, you can't have that. Without this, you can't have that. They got to go together. That's duality. Only singular thing is what? God, the one. That's the dot. Okay, let's go. But doctrine of number 5, or doctrine of release, attainment of purity, self-detachment from the body and the world, psychological, don't depend on the senses. Why? Psychological, don't depend on the body senses or the emotions for existence, leading to enlightenment. When you obtain knowledge, you take the body out, use this to understand, to get knowledge and inform you, you will recognize who you are from the inside. This was the Jain philosophy, started in 1200 BCE. I got another one for you. The Vedantas. You hear Vedanta? They was philosophers, just like the Egyptians. But they started their stuff because they had a concept. Watch this. And they love their philosophy. And they love to show it off. Let's go. Vedanta Yoga, and they call it Samkhya philosophy. It started now 1000 BCE. So the Jain philosophy got a 200-year advance on the Vedantas. They're a lot closer to the Egyptians at that time. But watch this. So the Vedanta philosophy originated from the ancient spiritual scriptures of India. They called themselves the Vedas. More specifically, Vedanta refers to the end of the Vedas, or the scriptures which commonly referred to as the Upanishads, okay, which constituted a summary or a distillation of the highest philosophy of the Vedas, advanced knowledge, okay, PhD level. Vedanta philosophy as it exists in the present is still here, which is a good thing. It's a combination of Buddhist psychology, Hindu mythology, and ancient mystical philosophy, having its original roots in the philosophy of what? The oneness of God, who manifests in a myriad of ways. The Vedanta achieves a balanced blend of all the philosophies and have been adopted by the present day sages to what? To teach to modern day society. It's still being practiced today. What's this? The Vedanta, which includes, they had 16 yogas, 8 majors and 8 minors. We're going to go through them in a minute. I did the lesson, so I got that already laid out for you. But it's adopted from what they call the Buddhist way of life. Got that for you too. And this developed as an alternative to what? The parochial and the racist Brahmanic system, the major tenets, meaning they started doing their own thing compared to what they were doing on the other side. They want to do their own thing, obviously. Watch this. So the Vedanta philosophy is 4 of them. It breaks down. It's summed up in 4, we call it Mahayakas, or what they call great truth. We call great truth. They call it great utterance. Again, similarity, but nothing changed much. But watch this. Watch this. Great utterance to be found in the Upanishads philosophy. Number 1, Brahman. We call them Ra, they call them Brahman. Brahman is the absolute, is consciousness beyond all mental concepts. That's all consciousness. They call them the all, but absolute. That's their philosophy, that's their concept. Number 2, thou art. That referring to the fact that everyone is essentially this consciousness. They had that concept. Again, God is in all. Got you. Number 3, I am Brahman, the absolute, to be spoken by people referring to their own essential nature. I and God are one. I am he is I am, watch this. Number 4, the self is Brahman. The self is the essence of all things. They got the same concept, but see how they word it? They give it different word, but it's meaning the same thing. So respectfully, you have to understand they have their own concept and it was working for them. Why would I tell them to do what I'm doing? Because what I'm doing may be a little different. I'm getting to the Egyptian concept in a minute. But now you can compare their philosophy to the Bible. Okay? Now the Bible came around about 1500 BCE. Okay? So it's been around a little while. And watch this. Now you compare that concept to the Bible. On the essence of God, God is everywhere and in all things. Ain't that what they said? The Bible said the same thing. The Bible also say, on the name of God, it says that what? Who should I tell them? I am that I am. What he said to Moses. Jesus speaks of his own origin and his identity. I and the Father, God, are one. Biblical concepts in every generation, every era says it different, but it means the same thing. I'm not here to rag, just showing you comparison. That's what I'm going to show you. Watch this. And no matter which venue you use to get there, ideas to get there, it ain't going to be easy. So, man, which road you take, it ain't going to be a walk in the park. Oh, no. That's the difference. Okay, so watch this. That's the biblical concept, and that was done in 1 CE. I was getting closer to this side, all right? But now, you compare to preceding statements in the Indian Upanishads, and then you got the Christian Bible, to the following ancient Egyptian scriptures we call Metuneta, the sacred speech, taken from the Egyptian book of coming forth by day, circa, you ready? 10,000 to 5,000 BCE. Yeah, 10,000 to 5,000 BCE. They don't even give you that information. They don't even tell you about that. They don't know. We do. Why? It's us. It's ours. That's why. Bringing it down. So, it says here, in ancient writing on the wall, Nuke, Pu, Nuke. What's that mean? It means, I am that I am. How about that? How about that? That's what it means. Okay? From the ancient Egyptian Metuneta, writings on the wall. Over 10,000 years ago. That's the caveat right there, so pay attention. In reference to the relationship between God and mankind, what you think? Tif, Anuk, Tif. What the hell? That means he is I and I am he. We are one. Yeah. Everybody says it different, but it still comes down to the same thing. Let's talk about the following statements from the Egyptian book of coming forth by day. It illustrates the attributes of God, the netter, and the concepts of what we know to be monotheism and what we know as absolute existence. We know that ain't but one supreme being, one God. Everything emanates from him. So for everybody keeps saying they polytheistic, no, we knew that one God emanated from himself. Okay, let me say, I can break this down. My nose itching. I don't know what's going on here. All right, but it says, there's 20 of them, I think it is. Yeah, 20 of them. I'm trying to get through this right quick. This is good stuff right here. This is from the Egyptian book of coming forward by day. This is our philosophy about God and the oneness. I was one. I became three. Get into that lesson later. And the three is Atum, Ra, Patan, or the three in one God. Atum, hidden. Ra, visible. Patan, in the flesh. So the concept broken down, we got that, but that was the word concept we put down. Next, number three, God is one and alone. Right there. Right there. We know that. We say that. None other exists with him. God is one. Everything after God comes in pairs. Conceptually, that's what our philosophy states. And the one who has made all things. Again, number four, God is a spirit. The spirit is what? Hidden spirit, the spirit of spirits, the divine spirit. See where we're going with this? Number five, God is from the beginning, and he has been from the beginning. God exists from old and was before anything else had been. God exists when nothing else exists. And what now exists, God created before and emanated from him before creation. Not was created the earth, not were created man, not were created the gods, not were created death. Nothing but him exists. Everything after that comes from him. Understand that. That's the philosophy. Number six, God is truth. We know that. And God has established the earth thereupon. I know people who think nobody knows the truth. That shows their ignorance. Number seven, God is life. And through him, only human life lives. Only humankind lives, God gives life to man and women, breathing the breath of life into their nostrils, conceptually from your book, Adam and Eve. I go further than that, but we ain't going there. But we know life is come from God. He sustains us as human beings. Spiritual beings having a human experience. Number eight. God is both father and mother. We tell a story about creation. I ain't got time for that right now. But the father of fathers and the mother of mothers, he begets, but was what? Never begotten. Produces, but was never produced. He begot himself and produced himself. Self-creator. Okay? God, number 9, creates, but was never created. He is the maker of his own form, and he's the fashioner of his own body. Number 10, God endures without increase or denomination. I love that. God multiplies himself millions and billions of times over, and he is manifold in forms and members and don't add or take away nothing. Number 11, God made the universe and all that is within. God is the creator of what is in this world and what was, what is, and what will be. According to his discretion. Why? He controls all. Number 12, God is the father of gods. God fashioned men and formed the gods. Number 13, God is merciful unto who? Pay attention. Those who reverence, who reverence me, those who reverence him, worship and praise and devotion to him. And he heareth they that call upon him when they do those things. So if you're praying and not putting in works, he don't hear that. He recognizes the work and he hear your prayers. Those who what? Reverence and devote to him. Worship. Do what? Righteous and virtuous living. That's all you gotta do. I do it every day. Number 14. God knoweth they who acknowledge him. God rewardeth them who serve him and protects them who follow him. They who set him in their hearts. Wrapping it up, taking it home. We're down to the last 5. Number 5, the Son. God raised all the gods of millions of men and women. He sustains his creation by going through the sky, shining down on us, giving us light, nourishment, to feed the farm, the land. God gives the whole earth unto those who love him. Gods and goddesses bow down in adoration before God's soul. Number 17, God is more hidden than all the gods. Remember, you got to find them where? Inside you. Muhammad Ali said best, the greatest love of all was inside me. When you find that, you reach the level of excellence within yourself. Nihas, we called it. Number 18, no man or God can know God. You become one with him. You ain't got to know, you become him. That's the difference. Number 19, the sun disk is God's symbol. The circle, okay? But that dot in the circle. Number 20, God is not mind, but God calls that the mind is. God is not spirit, but cause that spirit is. God is not light, but cause that light is. I hope you understand that concept because that's the whole lesson. I hope you got the concept. This is another philosophical concept that they practice that works for them. I got more, but I'm going to stop right there. And in closing, right thinkers. May y'all live to be 100. Me 100 minus a day. So I'm knowing my right thinkers who's starting to understand different philosophies. As long as you live right and do right, and passed away, you will be rewarded for your actions, not what religion you claim or philosophy you claim. Is the action, the deed that you put in. Trust me.